This is the JRE Show, and this is the Dromida Ominus. This is the FPV version. This one comes with a camera and takes real-time flying video from the camera on the bottom and transmits it to your smartphone. And it works on iPhone and Android devices. And it's a free app, and it's pretty awesome. Now everything you need is in the box to start. Everything from the batteries and the transmitter to an SD card on the side of the Ominus. I'll show you where that's at real quick. It's right here. It's a 2 GB SD card. It just pops out, and you could put it in your computer, or you could watch the files directly from your smart device. And I'm just having a little bit of trouble. There we go. And this camera is detachable. It's just connected by some foam, double-sided 3M sticky tape, and they actually include another piece there if you wanted to practice with maybe the camera off and then attach it later. And in here we do have a different battery size than the Ominus, the one without FPV. This one, it's the same 700 milliamp hours, 3.7 volts, but it's a little bit more square and not as long. So that's basically the only difference there in the battery, and it just slides right down in there. And to connect it, you just go boom, and you're good to go. The camera, like I said, it is detachable. You unplug it right there, and you can plug it right back in. And this camera does take very good video compared to other mini quads I've seen. It's an excellent, I mean, it's pretty tiny. Look how tiny this thing is. And I'm not sure if it works alone by itself or you could use it with different ones, but this, I love the design. It records sound too, and does a really good job. The video is nice and clear, and even when you're watching it, the playback on your phone or during the when you're flying at FPV, it's actually really clear too. But other than that, not a whole lot has changed on the Ominus. All looks the same. It's pretty cool though. Here on the back, it's kind of like it says the FPV, and it says warning, and that is a good warning because this is not really a toy. This thing, if you get hit with this thing when someone's flying, you're gonna get hurt, or if you fly into something, it's gonna get hurt. So this is not really necessarily quite for beginners, and if you are gonna buy this as a beginner, make sure you go out into a field where no one's around and fly low, learn to kind of control it, and just move up from there. But we'll move on here. This is where you would put your phone. This is a little sunshade, so that way when you're flying and the sun's out, it won't interfere with your phone. So you can just take your phone, slide it right in there. I have the iPhone 6, and you can see the sun covers perfectly to, let me just turn on the phone there, and you can see that the screen is perfect. But I'll show you this in action here in just 1 second. But this goes down over the antenna on the transmitter, and you can loosen it up, and it slides all the way down, and then I would tighten it, and this arm pivots. Let's see, we have one pivot here and then one pivot on the bottom, and all of these tighten up, so basically you can have it whichever way you want. So moving on, they do include, like I said, the SD card. Here is an SD card reader. We have the charging USB charger right here. We have 4 extra propellers. And what's nice too, if you also wreck this, they sell parts for everything on this. You can buy more propellers, more gears. You can buy the gear or the motors themselves. You can buy everything for this if you do happen to crash it, and the parts are very reasonably priced, so that is definitely a plus on this. But real quick, let's talk about the transmitter. We have the throttle, and this will go left, right, forward, and backwards, and this also spins you like this. So just standard controls there. We have the trims, the power button, and we have, it says Dromida, and it's pretty cool. It's a nice neon green, and what's nice about the Ominus is it's bright. You can fly this at night and get some serious distance, and it will just keep flying, and it's really fun. It just looks like a spaceship flying through the air. But moving on the transmitter, up on the top, let me go ahead and remove this so I can show you the top. On the top, we have the flip button. We can do flips on command. Basically, push this button like that. You'll hear that noise, and you'll push the directional whatever way you want it to flip. And over on the other side, we have flight mode. This has 4 different flight modes. We have easy, normal, advanced, and expert. And even on easy, even for me, I mean, it's pretty advanced. It flies pretty quickly. And if you go into the modes above that, you have pretty much total control to do whatever you want. And it's going to fly super quick. It's a super quick flyer, and you can have total access when you're in those expert modes. So besides that, on the back, we have a video on picture. This is where we take the pictures and the video off. You want to stop your video, you can start your video. And what's nice is right from the app itself, we can go back. We don't even have to take the SD card out. We can actually just go back into the app. Let me go ahead and open up the app here. I'll close it. I had it open there, the FPV cam. And I can go back and look at videos, images. I can go back here to videos, and I can watch. Let me go to this one's 3 minutes. But I can watch my videos right from my iPhone in that situation. Here's me. I was flying here at sunset. And you can see right when I get above the trees, it lights up the whole ground. It's kind of neat. But I can go ahead, fast forward it. And I'm not sure, I believe I can download it straight to my phone. I'm not 100% sure yet. If not, then I would have to plug it into my computer and grab it off there. But with that being said, I want to take this out and give it a fly and show you how the FPV and the transmission works, and we'll just go from there. Alright guys, so to set this up is pretty simple. We have the transmitter here, and as you can see, we have the little arm that comes with it with the sunshade, and you can put your phone right in here. That's spring loaded. Then we have the Ominus here, which we'll need to plug in. So what I usually start with doing is I'll turn on my phone. You can see I only have 4%, so I'm gonna have to kind of hurry here. And I'll get into my Wi-Fi, because as soon as I turn on the Ominus, I will have access to the quadcopter. So what I'll do is I'll start by turning on the quad, just like that. I'll just set the camera down here just for 1 second and allow me to plug in the Ominus. So go ahead and plug the Ominus in. And now on my phone, it should pop up for, let me go ahead and research, for the FPV cam. And you can see it's connecting right away. So as soon as that's connected, I'll go ahead, go open up the free app that it comes with, FPV cam, and I can hit play, and now you can see that there's a little bit of lag there, but I'm flying FPV right off the phone. So I'll go ahead, put my phone in the little sunscreen, which does an excellent job of blocking the sun. Just like that. And I'll need to pair. Let me go ahead and bring this up just a hair so it's not pulling so much on the antenna. And I'll go up and down, and we're good to fly. Now we do have 22, 23 mile per hour winds out here. I seem to live in the windy cities these days. But basically we're just gonna go ahead. I'm in a half shelter here, and just go ahead and see how it flies. Now I do want to start the video. You can start that from the transmitter itself, or I can just click here and hit record, which I like to do that way. That way I know it's recording. I'm trying to hold it so you can see that video is very clear. I think it's 720p they say, but you can see the wind's kind of wind tunneling around in here. But I did want to go ahead, maybe do a few flips. So go ahead, do a flip real quick. Just like that. And I kind of want to race straight out forward, but I'm a little worried about the wind because it is very windy out here. Yeah, look at that wind just fighting it. Whoa! That was close. So the video on this is excellent. I mean, compared to other mini quads I've got within this price range, the camera that Dromida uses is really good. So real quick, I guess we can go through the flight modes. The flight modes is located over here. So now you can see when I go right and left, you see how it kind of got a lot more control, and in a windy environment that's could be good or bad. I want to land it real quick. Now I'm going to go and we can push for a different flight mode here, and you can see I have even more control. So very small thumb movements out here, and I don't want to take it up too high because the wind, and oh, there we go. Now let me go ahead, put it back into a more I guess not so advanced mode, and that's a lot easier for me to fly in these conditions. So go ahead and bring it back on in here. And this thing is very, very durable. I've wrecked it quite a few times just flying super fast, because this is a super fast flying quadcopter. I mean, it's definitely, I wouldn't recommend it necessarily for beginners just because it's really fast, but you do have a lot of control and a really nice FPV setup with little delay. Whoa! And this does have it so you can just simply toss the quadcopter and fly. And when the battery starts getting low, whoa! Whoopsies. It will start blinking like that. So that's basically that. I don't want to kill the battery, especially in this wind, but this thing does fly really good, especially when it's not so windy. So I'm just going to go ahead, stop the video there, and there's the Dromida Ominus FPV version. Wow, super fast quadcopter. Thanks for watching.